Today I just wanted to talk about how I became a business analyst and my journey to that line of work.
So it's been slightly over a year since I did a video about how I became a business analyst, which is my most watched video on this channel. And I haven't talked about business analysis ever since. I've been a business analyst for quite some time now. Worked junior roles, worked normal business analyst roles, and now I'm currently a senior business analyst. And let's talk about that. One of the reasons why I decided to do this video is just because I think that within the last year, there's just been like a lot of traffic towards business analysis. Everyone is like, business analysis is the quickest way to break into tech. If you're looking for how to break into tech, try business analysis, become a business analyst today, and all of that. And while I am keen on people becoming business analysts as well, I just wanted to talk about the pros and the cons and my own 2 cents about all of the noise that has been going on for business analysis. I think that, first of all, personally, I really hate routine work. I hate something that is like very repetitive and something that you constantly have to do the same thing over and over again. But being a business analyst, you discover that the job is very, very different. It is new every day. It is not repetitive at all. You get different projects addressing different issues in different sectors of the business, depending on where you work. And I really love that about it, because when you get a new project, in some cases you tend to apply the same techniques, like when it comes to like stakeholder management, engaging with people, documentation, like they are the same, but like in terms of like the actual work, the problem you're trying to solve, in most cases they're usually different. It's usually a different experience every time. Also, building up on that, being a business analyst, like the learning is unending, because you are being tasked with different things. It's like, okay, you've known about this side of the business, now let's talk about this side of the business, right? Being faced with the different sides of the business, different places you've never encountered, talking to different people you've never met within the same company, and just learning something new, even if it's technical, or learning something. Like, I just really love that. Knowledge is unending. For me, one of the pros I have really enjoyed is the work-life balance. Prior to changing jobs, I used to go to the office like very frequently, and I used to do 9 to 6. But when I switched jobs, I started working 9 to 5, and I've also kind of like enjoyed the hybrid style of working, and it has given me time to further my life, focus on other priorities, as well as like give my work my full-blown attention. Because for me, I don't think working from home is a license to slack off. So when it's time to be serious, then you can be serious, but like if you have other priorities, you can have time to focus on that as well. So it's really giving me work-life balance, which I do enjoy. Another pro, which is the most talked about pro, is that yes, it is a stepping stone into tech. Once you are a business analyst, you can take it up from there. You can decide what next you want to go into and start researching what you're interested in and look for ways like get into that part of tech. So yes, it is your way into tech, and I do appreciate that about being a business analyst. One of the cons is that when it comes to being a business analyst, there is a bit of struggle trying to kind of understand the progression, like the career progression. So you start from being a junior business analyst, move to being a business analyst, and then you become a senior business analyst, and then what's next? And in as much as yes, it is your one-way ticket into tech, sometimes it can be a struggle trying to identify what is next. Like, okay, what part of tech do you want to go into? Like, what part of tech am I like interested in? Sometimes it's just like a bit of struggle, like trying to understand the career progression, and in some cases it can also cost you twice as much to transition into a different tech field if you are not willing to be a business analyst for as long as you can possibly be. So the career progression is not clear, and it's definitely not easy moving into another job role in tech. It's not the most straightforward process. It can be daunting at times. Another con is that before, people would sell you the idea of business analysis being really easy, and you just need to like possess some certain skills. You need to understand how to engage with stakeholders. Your communication skills needs to be great. Like, that is what everyone says. And when you even go for business analysis trainings, that's what they teach you. And If I may just chip in something, I think what you're being taught in most cases is the role of a traditional business analyst. In most cases, when you get in, you need some level of technical knowledge. Most companies aren't looking for traditional BAs anymore. Most companies are looking for BAs that can manipulate data in some cases. So it's not really straightforward. It can get really technical. And if you don't have like any technical knowledge, or you don't have any technical background, or you've learned the technical basics everyone is talking about, when you get in, you might be faced with a different reality which you might eventually struggle with. I did struggle with it, because when I transitioned from being a junior business analyst to being a full-blown business analyst, I went from working on a traditional BA scale to working a very technical skill, which I really struggled with at first. It's not the easiest, so really you don't even know what to expect, right? You're taking all these trainings and all of that, you really don't know what to expect when you get in, because when you are there, it's like, okay, this company is different, they do things differently. Sometimes what you've learned, this might not apply to where you're going. It can be too broad, which is like a huge con for me. Like it can be broader than you would expect. Or another con is, if you are not willing to work under pressure at times, you might struggle as a business analyst, because sometimes when the work comes, when there are like new projects, sometimes those comes with like really urgent deadlines, and in most cases you need to be on your toes and work under pressure without compromising on the quality of your work. And sometimes it can be a lot. You really need to focus your time and energy to make sure that you are delivering the right things. So if you're not willing to work under pressure, it can be a lot. Sometimes the pressure can be too much. Now, with all of these things that I've said, I want to like air my own 2 cents about being a business analyst. I'm not one to encourage people to follow the crowd, in as much as, yes, business analysis is your one-way ticket into tech, in as much as it is claimed that being a business analyst, your life will be so much easier and the work is easy and all of that. It is claimed that it is the quickest way to like financial freedom, and it is the quickest way you can probably get sponsorship if you stay in the UK, or if you're in a country where sponsorship is needed. In as much as like, to an extent, these claims can be true, I feel like I'm very big on encouraging people to go for what they truly want and what they truly desire. Following the crowd would not cut it. I mentioned the cons to say, or to emphasize the fact that if you eventually go into business analysis and you do not do this for the passion, you do not do this for the interest, you might get there, end up getting frustrated, and end up quitting at the end of the day. If you have interest in something, that interest is what spikes up your determination, your resilience, and your general strength to keep pushing towards something. If you have interest, if you have passion for something, little things would not weigh you down. But like, if you lack interest and you're just following the crowd because that is what people have told you to do, when you get there and you're faced with difficulties, you might struggle to pull through, because that is not even what you want to do in the first place, right? Business analysis is not the only way to sponsorship. Being a business analyst is not the only path to happiness. Being a business analyst is not the only path to tech. So I would really encourage you to explore what you are interested in, what you can do, the limits you can reach. Build up on your interest, read up on what you're interested in. There are different roles out there that are tech related. If you are not interested in business analyst, or it's not your strong suit, I wouldn't recommend that you go with it just because everyone has said for you to go with it. It's not as easy as it looks. Personally, I went into it out of passion, and at the time I actually considered being a business analyst. It hadn't attracted the hype that it has attracted in the last year. At the time I was interested, like not many people knew about that role, so it was strictly out of passion. And in fact, how I even got into it, there was like divine connection that I didn't play any part in, right? And I met people that really encouraged me and all of that. And even when I officially started doing it, when I faced or encountered like issues, struggles and all of that, I could push through all of that, pick up myself and get back to it because of the passion and the interest. That's what I'm saying. I really don't have to be a business analyst to be satisfied, to be happy, to have the kind of income that you want, to experience work-life balance. Do you, and do not follow the crowd. I guess that is the whole point of this video. Like, don't follow the crowd. If business analysis is what you genuinely want to do, please, by all means, go ahead. If business analysis is not what you want to do and you have no form of interest in that, but you are considering it because people have said so, please reconsider. Reconsider if that is what you want, and if that's genuinely what you want, please, by all means, go ahead. At the end of the day, do what you want to do, not what people want you to do. Do what you are interested in and not what people think is best for you. At the end of the day, it's about you. When you get there, you would have the experience. You would face all the challenges. You will have to deal with everything. Those people that are pushing you towards that place, they won't be there with you. In some cases, they might be there to encourage you, but in most cases, at the end of the day, you face everything yourself. So make the right choice. I mean, it's good to earn well, but mind you, your 9 to 5 takes up more than half of your week, right? You're spending lots of your waking hours at work. You do not want to be miserable while you do that, right? So yes, the money is good, but sometimes you measure the stress level to the money that you're getting. Like, is it worth it? If you don't feel like it's worth it, if you don't feel like that's what you're interested in, then please look for what you're interested in and do that. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If this is the type of content that you like, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.